Hi, I'm making what will be the last video I make in my So You Want to Get Into Rock Tumbling videos series. It probably should have been the first, okay? What I thought I would do is talk about what got me into it. When I was a kid, I couldn't tell you how old I was, probably 8 to 10 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood. I was given a tumbler. I think it was one of the Nat Geo tumblers. It looked, the way I remember it, that's what it looked like. No one went over the instructions with me. I didn't read the instructions. I had no idea how it was supposed to work, but I knew what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to make the rock shiny. It didn't. I remember there were grit packets. I had no idea which one was which. I probably went straight to the polish because I thought that's what's going to make it shiny. I turned it on behind my grandfather's chair in his living room, and it got unplugged because it was noisy. It was very noisy, and that just wasn't going to happen in my grandfather's living room back in those days. And all I ended up with was a lot of dusty rocks because I didn't even put any water in it. It doesn't work that way, by the way. My mother, if she ever watches any of these videos, is about to learn something too. I was obsessed back at the time. I wanted rocks to be shiny. I like shiny rocks. I think everybody likes shiny rocks, right? And I tried things like using bleach. I tried to clean them. And when I was a kid, I thought maybe if you cleaned it enough, it'd be shiny, and that didn't work. So fast forward to about 5 or 6 years ago, I was in my late 40s, and I looked up a little bit about it, and I kind of thought about it again, and I lucked out. I found the Rock Shed, and I bought my first tumbler from them, and I bought a Lorton, and I do think that that's a big part of my early success is I actually got a very good starting tumbler. I didn't buy another Nat Geo. I didn't try to use Nat Geo grit. I used the Rock Shed grit, and I had some success right from the start. I thought what I'd do also, and I'm not stealing this, well, I guess I am stealing this from Michigan Rocks. I would show a few of the favorite rocks that I have that I've tumbled since I started. And why I'm saying I'm not stealing this from Rob is because they're in a box, and he does the box of rocks thing. The difference would be I made my own box. So here's one of them. You're going to see another one probably by the time we get done. But I'll take a quick look at these rocks. These are the last batch I finished in the Thumblers 18-pounder. So that's why there's a lot here. So I'll do a quick run over them. Let's take a look at them. There's a whole lot of all kinds of different stuff in here. And then I'm going to switch the camera up, and I'm going to put a different lens on so I can get real close up to the rocks, and I'll show you some of my favorites. Okay, at the risk of seasickness, I'm going to just hand hold this. You can see I got a wide range in there. You got some amethyst right there. I'm just going to do a quick run over on most of these. You can pause if you want to take a closer look at something. And there are a couple of these that I will probably show when I get the other lens on, just because I had a couple in here I thought came out really, really well, and I like them. So we'll go with those. And that's just about it. There are a lot of them here, and there were some interesting rocks in this batch. Alright, I'm going to set up that other lens, and I will be right back. Okay, here are a few of the rocks in that last batch that I was really happy with. This is a piece of smoky quartz, and of course my camera's playing I don't want to focus. I'm using an off-brand Sigma lens, which it's designed, I think, for EF cameras, and this isn't an EF mount, so my camera may have a little bit of trouble dealing with this. But this is a really cool looking piece of smoky quartz, and it's not cooperating again. Never mind. The reason I picked this lens is because you can focus really closely, but it's not cooperating. If I stay really still, it might a little bit. That's a pretty cool piece of rock. Here's another one that I was real happy with. This is a Bahia agate. There you go. Now it's helping. Now it's doing it. Okay. I really like this one. It's got all kinds of color in it. Came out really shiny, which agates typically do. There you go. This is a piece of petrified wood from Dobell's farm in Holbrook, Arizona. And to be honest with you, I think I enjoyed meeting them as much as I enjoyed collecting rocks there. They are wonderful, wonderful people. If you ever get the chance, I would definitely stop by. If I ever get the chance to go back, I guarantee I will. I got a couple of nice Botswana agates in this batch. That's what I've been working on most of the summer, but I've also thrown in quite a variety. Oh, it doesn't want to focus on this one. There we go. Okay, you can kind of see. I guess I just have to hold still and it does a little better. Alright, I think I'm going to stop and switch lenses again to get a little more cooperation, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is my first box of rocks. This is the one I keep upstairs. I have in here one of my favorites. This is a piece of tiger eye. I love tiger eye. I've done a lot of tiger eye. I'll show you that in a second. Here's one that I really don't even know what it is. I hope the color comes through on the video because it's got this deep red to it. It looks almost translucent. Let's see what else. I've got a couple of pieces of crazy lace agate, or Mexican lace agate, one or the other. I'm not sure which one it is, but they're just really neat. The patterns that you get in these rocks, I've really enjoyed seeing those. I've got a few in here that are rocks that, you know, I really don't even know what they are, but I just love the way they look. This is probably the best piece of quartz I've ever tumbled. It's not perfect. There's a flaw inside. There's some cracks inside it, but as far as being, you know, pretty much translucent or almost transparent, this really does. It looks, in person, it looks like a piece of glass. I have a smaller piece that was in the batch I just finished that is just regular. Yeah, this literally does look like a smooth chunk of glass. Speaking of really liking tiger eye, I can show you something about that. This is how much I like tiger eye. Okay, this is another box that I built. I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit because I didn't. Okay, so when you open it up, this whole box is full of tiger eye. This is pretty much nothing but tiger eye. You got some really nice pieces in there. I did one summer, I did nothing but tiger eye all summer. That was a couple of years ago. And I've got some really, I did some blue tiger eye, it's also called hawk's eye. I did some red, I did some gold, and I had some of what was called variegated tiger eye, and I got some really neat kind of variations on it. You know, this one has the chatoyance. It has almost a blue and gold to it, and I have some that have blue, gold, and red in them. There's one that might be like that. There you go. And I was under the impression that the red was only made by baking gold, and I promise you, I did not bake any of this. This one has blue, gold, and red in it. It's really pretty cool. So I was really pretty happy with that. Here's another one that I have no idea what this is, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but this looks like just a regular piece of like quartz or quartzite, but it's got almost a chatoyance to it. It's got like a silvery gray inside it that when the light hits it right, it looks reflective. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up or not. I hope it is, but it's a really neat rock. If anybody has any idea what it is, I would love to know. Well, in any case, if you're watching this video and you haven't watched the rest of my videos for So You Want to Get Into Rock Tumbling, I would suggest you do. I think it's a pretty good series. Tells you a little bit about what's involved in it, how to be successful at it. Hopefully I've covered most of it. I tried to do a very basic rundown on the equipment you would need, the kind of materials you would want, and hopefully if you do watch all that, then you get into rock tumbling, you have some success. I don't know that I'm going to make any more videos this year. I may wait until next year. I usually shut down when winter hits. I'm not going to shut down yet, but I'm probably going to shut down in a couple of months. If there's anything anyone wants to see me do a video on, if you got a suggestion, throw it down, and if I come up with a good idea, I might make another video on my own. Okay, but I don't want to make the same video over and over and over. So if anybody has an idea, something you'd like to see, something you want me to talk about, leave a comment, and if I think of anything, then there will be another video. If not, I'll probably see you in the spring. Have a great winter.